Hey, how you doing today? My name is Aurelia, and thanks for stopping by. Today, we're going to go over Super Mario Odyssey and how amazing of a game this really is. Is this game truly worth all of the perfect reviews that it's received so far? And I kind of think it's just a little bit shy of perfect. It's not quite perfect, but let's get into that. First off, don't get me wrong, Super Mario Odyssey starts off strong and only gets stronger the entire game through. The opening cutscene of Mario just getting taken out by Bowser, and then finding Cappy and having him join your team, it's a really strong start to the game. You begin exploring this Night Mare Before Christmas type kingdom. Of course, they have to teach you the controls, and after that, I was floored by something so simple as being covered in soot. I've never played a Mario game before where it got to that level of detail. Just from the intro, I could tell that Nintendo had brought their A game, and I was hyped, as if I could not be hyped anymore waiting for Super Mario Odyssey to come out. The game launches you into this brand new kingdom, and it looks absolutely beautiful. The panned away shot, you land on your face, and you are just ready to begin your Odyssey, this journey where you have no idea where you're gonna go, and it is just game on. I really like how the first thing you capture in this game is a chain chomp. Very cool little throwback nod to the Mario 64 where you come across a chain chomp really early in the game. It's really fun to discover how the captures work for the first time and use those in your environment, and every single capture is just completely different. I mean, come on, you get to be a freaking T-Rex. This thing is awesome. Just going around stomping on whatever you want to. Honestly, I think being the T-Rex is probably the best example of just good old-fashioned fun, Nintendo style, just really being able to do something different and just have a good time doing it. It's not necessarily about having the best graphics or the PvP or something else, it's just about good, clean fun, and Nintendo just nailed it with the capture ability that you get to use in this game. Every single capture in this game really opens whatever kingdom that you're in, so whether it's a Cheep, an Uproot, or a tank, every single capture just makes every level feel that much more immersive and like it's something special that you're only going to experience in that kingdom. Maybe not so much with the cactus or the Christmas tree, but you get what I'm saying. I really enjoy how they integrate the capturing mechanic with the kingdom bosses, where each kingdom boss fight has its own capture mechanic that you're going to utilize to take down that boss. It's just a completely different take on Mario bosses, which is so much fun. I really enjoyed all the different variety of bosses that they had available, and every single boss fight felt like a different puzzle. Alright, so maybe fighting the Brutals was a little bit repetitive. Having to stomp on their heads 3 times over is something that we've experienced in Mario games time and time again, but that said, it's still fun. Even the Brutals had their own mechanic that you had to wrestle around with your first time through just to figure out that boss fight. So if you were a veteran Mario player, they weren't too hard to take down, but that's alright. And that brings me to my next point. This game was perfectly executed for all kinds of different player skill levels. Whether it was somebody like my daughter, brand new to video games, she could play in the assist mode and it helped guide her through the game. But then you've got veteran players who've been really into Mario ever since Mario 64 and Super Mario Galaxy. Well, they can use their technical skills with all of the different Cappy moves. There's so many different Cappy moves when it comes to getting up a wall or doing long distance jumps or all kinds of different things. You can play it at whatever speed you want, and I thought that that is beautifully executed in this game. The only downside is if you want to play in handheld mode, well, now you're kind of limited by some of the different moves that you're not able to do easily. Making Mario's hat spin around his body, you can't really do that move very easily in handheld mode without shaking your entire system, which I really didn't like. The good in this game by far outweighs the bad. There were tons and tons of different costumes that you could wear, and I personally like going through the entire game in my boxer shorts and a sombrero just because I could, and I thought it was funny. I loved it. I had a great time with that. There are tons and tons of different minigames to master, some of which have leaderboards which allow you to compete against other people worldwide and just try to do your absolute best. It is so much fun to see how good you can actually do. I think my absolute favorite minigame was the Bound Bowl Grand Prix. Let me know down in the comments below what was your favorite minigame. There are tons and tons of different minigames riddled throughout all of the kingdoms, and not all of them are tied to leaderboards. but they are all a blast to play. Last but not least, the 2D Mario sections in each of the different kingdoms are just long enough to give you the feels without being too long and just kind of cumbersome. I think that they are very well received in this game, and I'm so glad that they added this in. There are 17 different named locations that Mario can travel to and explore. About 5 of those 17 locations are noticeably smaller than all of the other locations, but still, every single one of these locations feels completely different than the last. They all have their own unique feel and style, different captures, there's different things you can do, and jumps and platforming, and there's just so much going on. It feels good. I mean, it is just such a blast to play and really get in there. I know that you're going to have a really good time playing Super Mario Odyssey, and overall, once everything is said and done, I would give this game a 95 out of 100. You have the ability to beat this game very, very quickly, and once you're done, to collect even more moons, which adds to the replayability of the game. That said, 830 moons in total feels a little bit daunting to collect all of them. It kind of feels like the Korok seeds of Breath of the Wild. If you didn't collect all the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, I feel like there's a small chance that you're going to collect all of the moons in Mario Odyssey. So be sure to let me know down in the comments below, what did you love about Mario Odyssey, what did you not like, and also be sure to let me know what game have you liked better so far, whether it's Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. Let me know down in the comments below, and if you haven't picked up the game yet and you're planning on doing so soon, please consider using my Amazon affiliate link down in the description below. Essentially, it's a great way to help support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Thank you very much for checking out this review, and I hope to talk to you more again soon.